So you're watching us live from London. There is a protest against London Mayor Sadiq Khan. You can see the baby blimp, the inflatable flying in the air. It's a giant baby balloon depicting the London Mayor Sadiq Khan as a bikini-clad man there. Now, a lot of people feel that it is in response to the protest that happened a month ago here in London against US President Donald Trump. So why have the people decided to come up with this idea to show the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, wearing a bikini and flying here right at the Parliament Square in London? Now, joining me right now is Michelle, who is one of the organizers, and I'm going to understand the reason and the issue behind this whole campaign here against the London Mayor. So, Michelle, welcome to this broadcast. Why show Sadiq Khan as a bikini-clad man? It's a bit of a weird idea to protest somebody.
Because obviously the media states that at the start of his seat in office, he was saying that he wanted all the adverts for the Beachbody Ready campaign removed from the stations and the buses and trains. And this is not whether we agree or not with it. The reason we decided to use the bikini was to make a point, because he said he allowed the baby Trump balloon because of free speech. But then he banned the adverts. So it's not whether or not we agree with the adverts or whether we agree with the bikini advert, it's irrelevant. The point is, if you're going to say something like that shouldn't be allowed, then how can you in the next breath say we are allowing the the baby Trump balloon because of free speech? So I think, in my opinion, that's selective free speech, which is why we use the bikini just to make a point.
So let's clarify one thing. So are you people supporting Donald Trump because, as it has been accused on social media, that you're Trump supporters? So let's clarify first things first.
No, we're not Trump supporters. We're not hard right. We're not right wingers. We're not nothing. We're not affiliated to any party. We don't know Trump. Like I said earlier to you today, I don't know the man. I don't particularly go by press. I've never met him, so I can't say I like him or dislike him. He's doing good for his country so far. He's kind of, fulfilled what he said.
That's why people would say that you're a Trump supporter, because saying he's good for his country.
Well, he has fulfilled a lot of his promises. I know that much from what I've read. Obviously, I can't say I like him or don't like him, because A, I'm not involved in US politics. And like I said, again, I've never met the man, and I'm very much someone for face value, and I don't always go by what I hear on the press. So I can't say whether I like him or dislike him, but I definitely can say I'm not a Trump fan, and this isn't why I'm doing it.
So one of the accusations against people like you is you are opposing Sadiq Khan because he's from this Asian background.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm doing your interview, and if you take a look around at all my security staff, I'm sure you can see a lot of them have an Indian background. This has absolutely nothing to do, and that just shows the ridiculous nature of this. As soon as you pick on someone, or you say, right, this person in office is not doing a good job, or are you saying it because he's of Indian background? No, of course not. Yeah, of course not. No, no, I wouldn't say that. Even if he was of a different background and he's doing the job he is doing now, I would still be saying the exact same thing. So absolutely not. That's rubbish.
So what is your problem with Sadiq Khan then, the Mayor of London?
Well, I just feel that the crime has risen a lot since he's been mayor, and there's other aspects of what's going on that he should be concentrating on. And that's my personal reasoning. I'm sure Yanni or anyone else organising it would have their own reasons for getting involved, but we've all been Londoners. I've lived in London off and on for many years, and I just wanted to see it back to being safe, where all communities come together and we can all just live, where you're not walking down the street and you're scared of having acid thrown onto your face simply because you're walking down the street for no particular reason. So it doesn't matter what background you're from. I just think we should all be able to live here as Londoners, regardless of where we're from, regardless of our roots. I think we should all feel safe and comfortable walking around, and he is the Mayor of London, so you should be addressing that people are not feeling safe walking around. Even today, because of the event and organising this event, I haven't felt safe, because I'm thinking there's someone that might think I am racist, which I'm not, and just tag me like that and come throw acid at my face. So, and we know that's a big possibility in London at the moment.
I mean, the security concern is fine.
Yeah.
The security argument is fine. And wherever on the planet, if you have a security concern, of course you are entitled to raise your voice against anybody who is in power. The problem is, don't you think that your message or your concern is lost in the way you have raised your voice? It's a bit of a joke here.
Yes, of course, because we're trying to keep it light humour, and this is Yanni, the organiser. If you'd like to bring me as one of the organisers, and no, this is we used this as a grounds of as a trampoline, so to speak, because we thought, why is he doing this? Come on, the crime is soaring. Forget about Trump and the balloon. Please concentrate on other stuff that really matters. So sometimes you have to do something as silly as this to get a platform, to get a voice. Simple.
And then, if we compare the Trump rally with this one, you haven't been able to garner the kind of support you would have expected. Are you disappointed with that?
No, we've had a big crowd, we've had a lot of press, and we've been able to speak about the crime in London. We've spoken to a lot of victims. We've gotten to know a lot of victims' families. So no, this has been great because we're able to speak to people, we're able to, share their concerns, and people that have suffered. We haven't, luckily, we know people that have suffered, but we haven't personally suffered a crime. And it's fantastic that we have been able to bring people together that have lost, sons, cousins. We spoke to a lady recently that lost her cousin to a stabbing. So it's been good in that sense that we have been able to bring light to this because it is very important. But yes, we've had to do it through a very silly means, but it was worth it.
Okay, let me go to your colleague, and India is watching you live, and I would like to understand from you the reason behind this baby balloon. A lot of people think that it's simply politics, it's politically motivated. You want to pass it?
Yes, I can pass on the mic.
I'm going to mic him right now, and let us see what this gentleman has to say about it. So a lot of people believe that it is nothing but a campaign which is politically motivated to replace Sadiq Khan. It has not the concerns or the genuine concerns of the people as the people claim to be having. What is the response to them?
No, it's not necessarily politically motivated. It was done in retaliation to Sadiq Khan approving the blimp of Donald Trump to fly over the UK.
See, this is the problem. Your colleague just a couple of seconds ago said it is not a protest against Donald Trump.
It's not a protest against Donald Trump, no. I think you're confused.
So are you saying that the idea is from there, but it's nothing to do with Donald Trump?
Agreed. Yes, the idea was
it was in retaliation to it, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it was in retaliation to it.
Okay.
I don't think the mayor should have approved the blimp of Donald Trump at this location, this time, in Westminster, the home of democracy. So I thought a good response would be to see if Sadiq Khan is willing to submit himself to the same mockery in the name of free speech. And we made a balloon of him, and the irony was that he had to approve it, and that's what it was.
Okay, so what are you expecting? What would be the result of this? Because a lot of people, I was talking to one of your colleague here, a lot of people believe that the message might be lost in this whole caricature.
Yeah, so the message is about freedom of speech and making London safe again. Under Sadiq Khan, we've seen London become basically a third world in some parts of it. This year we've got triple numbers on deaths already since January 2018 to now. And that's appalling. Earlier this year, London overtook New York as the crime capital of the world. So what we're seeing is, what we're trying to say is make London safe again. And with Sadiq Khan as mayor, that can't really happen. He's contrary to making London safe again.
It's also interesting in this country, if you speak anything against Sadiq Khan, and I know it's very difficult to determine whether your accusations are racially motivated or not, but how would you respond to this accusation? That just because he has this brown skin, people want to jump on him and say, oh, he's incompetent.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem we have in the UK at the moment in terms of free speech. You're allowed to criticise some people, but you can't criticise others. You can't hold other people to account, even though they're in a position where they should be held to account by the public. Just because he has brown skin, it's irrelevant. It doesn't mean he's doing a good job. It doesn't mean that he can't be pulled up on it. It doesn't mean he can't have the fun, to be mocked in central London as well. It's got nothing to do with his skin colour.
So would you come up with this same kind of protest if there was a different sort of mayor?
If there was a different mayor who allowed a Donald Trump,
Yes.
if there was a different mayor who allowed the President of the United States to fly in a blimp form in central London, yeah. It doesn't matter if it's Boris Johnson, if it was Ken Livingstone, or if it's Sadiq Khan. Yeah, I don't agree with them.
Okay, thank you so much. It was a pleasure
All right.
to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
sir.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So these were the people who are protesting against the London Mayor Sadiq Khan. They have not been able to garner the kind of support they were expecting, because if you compare the crowd with the crowd that turned up against Donald Trump, there is a massive difference. However, you can also say that Donald Trump, of course, he is the President of the United States, probably the most powerful politician in the world, and here you have a Mayor of London. So politically, they are not on sort of the same level. However, the message is very strong here, and also the critics believe that this is the beginning of a joke, where if you start protesting like this in the future, the seriousness of the matter might be lost in this whole caricature attempt. Anilesh Kumar, Democracy News Live, London.